Welcome to the voyage of the Naughy Knots. And movies are Naughy Knots. Let's talk about One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, because this movie is a great naughty knot. And by naughty knot, I mean that you can't understand a naughty knot logically. You can't understand a knot. No, we think it's a knot, a regular knot, but a naughty knot is not a regular knot. A regular knot can be understood. You can untie the movie and understand it. Oh, I know what this knot is. I understand what Cuckoo's Nest is. Go write a paper on it. Write up academic paper on it. Understanding One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's not a naughty knot. A naughty knot cannot be understood. It has to open on itself when you hit the sweet spot. There is a twist in a naughty knot that will not open the knot unless you stumble upon it accidentally. And you accidentally stumble upon it and the knot opens on itself. But as long as you struggle to untie the naughty knot, as if it were a normal knot, a normal knot you can untie, but through trial and error. You can get a manual, or somebody can show you how to untie it. But a naughty knot is naughty because you can't untie it through normal, rational, logical mind. You have to suspend the rational, logical cause and effect mind in order for the naughty knot to open. It's like one of these magic boxes. You can't open it. Or Chinese magic box. I don't know. You can't open it. But you accidentally come upon the release through the struggle, through the suffering. So you have to suffer and struggle and have persistent faith that you can open the naughty knot as a regular knot and fail consistently. So it is your persistent failure that brings you to the point, the turning point, the tipping point, where one day, maybe that night, maybe in the morning, maybe days later, you're struck. Aha! I see. I know. And then the naughty knot, or whatever knot you're working open, has already fallen open. Many inventors report of this phenomena. I forget his name, but he was struggling to figure out some mathematical theory, and he was stuck in a knot. And he worked and he worked and he worked and he worked. He couldn't figure it out. So he just gave up, put it aside for today. Didn't give up by going away. He just put it aside. Maybe he went to play golf. But as he was getting on the bus, somebody dropped something. There was a sound, and suddenly the release of the knot exploded in his head, and he knew what the formula was. And he went on and got on the bus and went on his trip, carrying out a conversation because he knew. And when he got home, the whole theory just unfolded before him. And this is the way creativity works. Creativity works by naughty knots. You got a problem, and you can't figure out what it is. All artists know this. You have writer's block, and you struggle to write, and you're dead, and you can't do it, and you get frustrated. And then you do something entirely different. You go for a walk. You go to the beach. You pick up a shell. You meet somebody, and bam, the creative idea blooms in you, and maybe a whole book unfolds, a poem unfolds, an invention unfolds. The naughty knot is released when you stop trying to untie it. But you don't give up, you see. You don't say, oh, fuck this, and forget about it, which is what most people do. So the naughty knot is opened by persistence and by faith and by chance, accidentally coming upon the release, because you can't figure it out logically. You can't figure out the release of the naughty knot through cause and effect thinking. Anyway, I'm getting away from my original naughty knot here, was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. This is a naughty knot. It's a great movie. I just watched it recently again. You should watch it again. This is a Catch-22. Did you see the movie Catch-22? The original one? Yossarian was trapped on an island that, well, it was about bombers, and they couldn't, they had to keep flying. They couldn't achieve their 25 missions to go home. They kept changing the rules. So a Catch-22 is a naughty knot where you can't get out except through a mad act. So what is the mad act in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? It was the mad act of the chief. The chief broke out of the cuckoo's nest, out of the ward, through a mad act. What was the mad act? He picked up the fountain, and that was the fountain in the ward, and threw it through the window. Now McMurphy, if you recall, took a dare and said, I'll lift that fountain, and he tried to lift the fountain, and he couldn't lift it, so it was unliftable. He demonstrated that it was unliftable. This is like the sword Excalibur in the stone, and the hero has to pull this sword out of the stone. Or it's like Odysseus' bow. Remember Odysseus? He came home, and he was disguised as a beggar, and the suitors would be chosen by Penelope, his wife, if one of them could string Odysseus' bow. None of them could. They couldn't lift the sword they couldn't take the sword out of the stone. They couldn't string his bow. They couldn't lift the fountain. But then Odysseus, when he revealed himself, strung his bow with ease, and of course killed all the suitors. So this theme of the mad act of pulling the sword from the stone, of stringing Odysseus' bow, is in all the movies. They're all the movies where the hero breaks out of the catch, breaks out of the ambiguity, breaks out of the cuckoo's nest. He has to do a mad act. He has to do something that was unthinkable. He has to make a compassionate act. Groundhog Day. Couldn't get out of Groundhog Day until he discovered the secret act that liberated him from the eternal round of Groundhog Day, dying and birth, cycles of death and dying, you see. So all these movies have the same theme of the secret act, the mad act that the hero must discover accidentally, because he can't try to do it. It must come upon him. It must do him. The act must do him before he can break out of the cuckoo's nest. Okay, thanks for dropping in, and subscribe and share, and let's kick this cuckoo's nest down the road. Thank you.